Shanti. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Bev Hetherington here, back up in my little loft. So this is One Posture Wednesday. I've done several of these now every Wednesday about this time. And the idea of this is to break down one posture. So today I have chosen Dandasana, which is staff posture, staff pose. And there's a lot more to this posture than meets the eye. It's more complex than it looks. I always thought, well, that looks quite easy. Why would you do that? And then not why would you do that, but it looks like one of the more simple postures. But when you actually get into it, as I say, there's more to it, which I will explain. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to sit with the legs straight out. So before we go anywhere, if you find that this is happening for you, you're leaning backwards, this could be because you have very tight hamstrings. And you might find that because they're tight and perhaps shorter, they're bringing the back of your pelvis down towards the back of your knees, hence you're leaning back. So if that's you, then you might like to sit on something, a block, a book, a blanket, which would give you a slightly forward tilt. So you can see if you come slightly forwards and drop off the edge of the blanket, book, block, whatever you're using, you kind of have that forward tilt and it gives you that assist, that forward sort of assist. So if that's you, take that option. And then what we're going to be doing is pressing the palms down flat into the ground. So if you've got any wrist issues or lower back issues, then you might want to be cautious. It could be contraindicated, beg your pardon, with this posture. So before we get going, if you're new to this posture, you might find that the thighs naturally want to lift away from the ground. So you might want to put something heavy across your thighs. In a yoga studio, we would use a couple of sandbags. So just starting to settle in. So you might like to release the flesh on the sit bones. So this is this diagonal out and back movement so that we're on the ischial tuberosity. And what we're trying to do is be slightly on the front of our sit bones, hence sitting on the prop if you're sitting backwards, perhaps because of tight hamstrings. And then in terms of what we're working here, it's the upper back. It's also across the shoulders and the chest, and of course into the arms and the palms. And so in the palms, we've got what we call hasta bandha. These are little areas of lift and lock, if you like. And as we press the palms down, we start to engage with that lift. And there's always an energetic awareness with each posture. And for this one, it's certainly pressing down through those palms, hasta bandha, to draw up the energy through the arms. But also, it's actually at the very core of you, your central column, the Sushumna, your spine. And this is the staff, if you like, that you pivot round, forwards, backwards, side to side. This is, that spinal column, if you like, that gives you the support for movement. And what we're doing with that in terms of an energetic awareness for this posture is, if you think from the pubic bone, there's rise up to the sternum, to your breastbone, and then from in between the shoulder blades, there's drawing down into your tailbone. So there's a conscious awareness of this spinal column here. If you find that you pop your hands down to the ground and they don't quite meet the ground, you might want to put a couple of props next to you, but you don't want to be lifting yourself off the ground. Yeah, it's important to make sure you're staying with the seat on the ground and that awareness of being slightly forwards on the sit bones. So another thing to be aware of with this posture, Dandasana, is if you were to do it against a wall, and this would be a really great place to start with, and then to show you against a wall. Can't really see from this angle, but I'm just going to do it so that I can explain the experience to you. What we're trying to do is to get the sacrum, which is, just let me show you, this part of the very lower back, sort of between the back hip bones, if you like. We're trying to get that to the wall, but we're not getting the lower back to the wall. So this is why I have a rolled up blanket. If that's a struggle for you, you might want to put a rolled up blanket just at the lumbar spine, so that the sacrum is actually touching the wall. The rolled up blanket is at the lumbar spine, so you're not touching the wall with the lumbar spine. The shoulders are on the wall, but the back of the head isn't. We're pressing down through the palms, and we're really starting to engage as we press down through the palms, reaching through the heels. The heels are active, soles of the feet are flat, and we're really starting to draw up through the legs. So this awareness, it's strong in the legs, toes straight up and spread if you can. The soles of the feet reaching away as if they're also pushing on a wall. And then you've got this awareness with the legs. So what's happening? We're lifting through calves and shins. And there's a slight, with the thighs, internal rotation. And then there's a drawing of the inner thigh up to the back of your sacrum, which is touching the wall. So I'm going to show you this from the side. So just making sure you're on those sit bones and slightly coming forwards. And again, if you are really far back, then you would pop a prop underneath your bottom and then invite that forward assist. Pressing the hands down, so they're straight down from the shoulders. Palms are pressing into the ground to connect with Hasta Bandha. You can consider Pada Bandha in the feet if you wish to, in the very soles of the feet. So that's that awareness of energy and lift again, as if you've got your feet flat against a wall. And there's real work pressing through into that imaginary wall with the feet as you start to engage. Wonderful posture for the ankles and the lower legs. So really starting to engage as we draw up through calves, shins, around the knees, up into the thighs. We're slightly rolling thighs in and then drawing the inner thigh way back into this sacrum, which is touching our imaginary wall. The lower back isn't. We start to press into the hands. So we're engaging with Hasta Bandha. So that energy drawing up through the arms. Relax the shoulders, broaden the collarbones. And there is an awareness of lift in the side ribs. Try to release the chin slightly so it's parallel to the ground. And you're looking forwards and you're reaching through the soles of the feet, pressing into the palms. Relax the shoulders and start to engage through the breastbones. And there's an awareness of lifting forwards and up. Take a breath, breathe it in and breathe it out, and then release. And you can build up holding that for maybe 30 seconds to a minute and a half and so on. It's a really important posture for engaging that awareness of the front body. And also we're imagining that the shoulder blades, the scapula are drawing in to the midline spine and down to the tailbone. So I'm just going to show you from the other side. So let's take a second set. So when you're ready, release the flesh from the sit bones. Start to send the legs away from you as if the soles of the feet are pressing into a wall, and you're really pressing through the soles of the feet to engage with Pada Bandha, that awareness of energy. So every posture has an energetic awareness, and that energy rises through the ankles, engaging as you press through the heels. You're really working the back of the ankles, through the calf and shins, supporting and lifting around the kneecap and drawing up to the thighs. And then there's that awareness of rolling the thighs towards each other. And then that inner thigh starts to engage and come towards the very back of your sacrum, between your hip bones in the back of you. Press the palms down. Engage with Hasta Bandha in the palms. Draw that awareness up through the arms. Relax the shoulders. Send that breastbone forwards. And that chin is parallel to the ground. Soften the gaze. Maybe take it down to the tip of the nose. Maybe even close your eyes. Reach out the top of your head. And there's that awareness once again of that broadening through the front body and chest, and the shoulder blades drawing in and down towards the tailbone. There's a rise from the pubic bone to your heart center, and from in between the shoulder blades down to the tailbone, that energetic awareness. Exhale, take a rest. So postures to do before, to prepare, would be perhaps Uttanasana. So that would be our sitting posture, and also a downward facing dog. So that would be releasing the head, our inversion, pressing back into the feet. So I have already workshopped both Uttanasana, thunderbolt or lightning posture or chair posture, and downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. And you can access the One Posture Wednesdays on my website, www.nutri, N-U-T-R-I, 5, the number 5, plus, plus.co.uk. And once on to that front page, scroll down to the white writing, services and classes. If you click on that, it will take you to all my online classes that I'm teaching weekly at the moment. And go down to Wednesday and it says click here in brackets. If you go there, that takes you to my YouTube channel. There's lots of yoga videos on there, and if you click on videos, then all the One Posture Wednesdays are on there too, for you to catch up on at your leisure. If you're finding these postures and these videos every Wednesday really useful, do let me know, and do share them with people that perhaps are deciding to move towards a yoga practice, so that you're doing them with an awareness and understanding of where you can access them in your body. Remember, you're the best teacher for you. Thanks so much for joining me. Om Shanti. Namaste. Take care. Thank you.